Dangerously Incompetent here with a review of the TOG II in the world of tanks. The TOG II is premium British Tier 6 heavy tank. And I got mine off this recent Tankfest weekend mission and then proceeded to play it solidly all weekend for those ×2 experience for every win. It was great. There were herds of TOGs sweeping majestically across the plains. All good fun. Now, the TOG II is a Hugo Runa tanks. It's a rather large, portly gentleman who at first glance doesn't appear that martial. But he's possessed of the deadly arts of DMAC and he's armed with a stout stick with which to belabour ELC drivers and other such scoundrels. Everything in the turret, that's pretty good. Everything in the hull, that's pretty bad. Armour wise on the turret, 114 on the front, that's pretty good. Then sloped sides. The gun is great. It has good rate of fire, great penetration, okay damage, good accuracy, reasonable aiming time, and it has good depression. It can kick out a high DPM, but it relies on shooting constantly to get it. It doesn't have a high alpha damage one. Hull wise, as you can see, it's huge. The armour's okay, but it has a huge weak point on the front. Shoot the drive wheels and they're big, and once they're gone, the area behind them, the hull is weakly armoured, so that's where you're shooting it if you can't get through its hull armour. Otherwise, actually, even if you can get through the hull armour, the first thing you do is shoot the drive wheel out, because it's got a huge flat roof that's weakly armoured, and it's weakly armoured on the turret as well, so artillery love this tank, shooting at this tank, because they can easily get penetrations, and once they're in they do huge amounts of damage. So shoot its drive wheels out. Once it's immobile, artillery will wreck the tank for you. Along with its huge size, it gives it a slow speed. It is very slow, even on the flat or downhill. It's speed limited, so it's even then it's very slow, and its traverse speed, that's slow as well. So you won't be doing many flanking attacks or breakthroughs. Even playing peekaboo is hard work. View range is pretty good. Signal range is okay. Camouflage, forget it. Instead of putting a camouflage pattern on this tank, they should paint bricks on it, then it can pretend to be a house. So how do you play this thing? Well, the good thing is your DPM. The bad thing is you're an easy target to hit. So sniping's the first choice, but your camouflage is so crap, you have to rely on being outside the enemy's maximum view range, and yet within the tank draw box so you can see them to shoot them. Plus, your manoeuvrability is poor, so actually getting into a sniping position is hard work, and getting away from it once you're spotted, practically impossible. The main way to play this tank, well, that's actually, it's a heavy tank, but if you play it as a heavy, it can't brawl. Well, it can brawl, but it can't brawl for very long. It doesn't have a high alpha damage gun, so playing peekaboo with the other tier 6 heavies or even tier 7 heavies is bad news, because many of them have got a much bigger alpha, can easily penetrate you. So you both pop out, exchange shots, and then you need to be able to stay there and keep on shooting them. whereas he's going to pop back in cover and then spend his time reloading, then pop out, put another big shot into you, so he'll end up doing more damage than you do. So brawling's out. What you need to do is be in company. You got high DPM, so you want another couple of people who have a similar high DPM, let's say TOGs, say a TOG platoon, and drive around, try and expose yourself as little as possible, and as soon as you find someone to shoot, you all shoot him and use your DPM to destroy him quickly before he can do much damage to you. You've got a lot of hit points, so you can take a few hits, but you won't be, very unlikely to be bouncing any of them. So you don't want a long engagement. You want short engagements where 3 or more of you just pile on the same person and destroy him. That's what you've got to do with this tank to get anywhere. So, all in all, it gets my thumbs up. It's not an awesome tank, it's not overpowered by any rate of the means, and it's a hard tank to play well. But I enjoy it, and it's perfectly decent tank. And if you're looking at, you can't buy it anymore, got withdrawn from sale, but if you can get it, because as a training tank for the British it's great, because it's got all of the different crew skills, so it's very useful in that fashion. And it's also useful for the artillery, because the artillery have 2 loaders generally in the British tier. Let's have a quick look. 1 loader. No, that's a TD, silly me. 1 loader, 2 loaders, 2 loaders. Well, 1 loader. 2 loaders, 2 loaders. So yeah, it's a good tank if you want to train up a British artillery crew or any other crew. So, thumbs up for the TOG II.